let me move on to another case of another example of the problem. So let's think about what is the problem. This graph shows a little bit of complex numbers, but let me tell you very briefly, let me tell you in detail about this graph. If you see the left-hand side, the bar, that is EBIT number of 2018. EBIT means earnings before interest and taxes. So before interest and taxes are deducted, that's the earnings amount of our company. So you manufacture a certain product and sell this product to the customers. And if the price of the product is 100 currency, for example, $100, but in making this product, the cost of making this product might be $80, and in that case we earn $20 by selling 1 unit of our product, right? Because we sell this product and get the price $100, and we give $80 to our suppliers or some other employees, because that's the cost. So our margin is $20 per unit. That is the earnings. And once we earn $20, we will pay the interest amount of the loan we got from the banks, and then we give the taxes to the government. So these earnings are before interest and taxes. So these earnings are a quite important number because it shows the quality of the earnings the company is generating. So, for example, the 2018, the company's earnings are 100 units. Okay, we don't know yet whether these earnings are quite good level or low level. From the point of 2018, when we expect our earnings in 2 years, okay, that is as is EBIT number in 2020. That is expected to be the 95. That means in 2 years we are expected to lose our earnings from 100 to 95. Okay, what are the factors? So there are 2 external factors in the diminishing earnings. One factor is price cost squeeze. That means our product price might be lower in 2 years, and then the cost of producing our product may be higher than today. So the cost is rising, price is declining, so we expect that our earnings may be declined by 7. Okay, that is price cost squeeze. But we will do our effort to increase our earnings. So that shows the organic growth by doing our best, we may recover 2 out of the 100 in our earnings. So in the end, in 2 years, we may lose 7 units in price cost squeeze, but we will make some improvement by 2%, by 2 units in organic growth. So that make our expected earnings in 2020 as 95. So even though we do our best, because of the negative external factors, our EBIT are expected to decrease by 5 in 2 years. But we set our target EBIT numbers in 2020 as high as 195. So that's our goal. That's our target numbers. So regardless of these target numbers, realistically our EBIT number is expected to be 95. But our target is as high as 195. So in that case, the differences between target EBIT and as is EBIT is the gap we want to close. So the gap is target EBIT number of 2020, that is 195, minus as is EBIT number of 2020, that is 95. So 195 minus 95 equals 100. That's the focus of discussion. That's the red color box. That's the gap to be disclosed. Okay, so far I explained all the bars of this chart. So in this case, what might be the problem? Price cost squeeze of negative 7 unit, is that a problem? Or only 2% increase in the unit of from the organic growth, is that a problem? Or 195, that's the target EBIT number of 2020, is that a problem? No. As I said, the problem is the situation or the phenomenon where the gap exists. And the gap is the difference between the expected stage and the target stage. So in our case, the problem is 100 unit differences between target EBIT numbers and expected EBIT numbers. So the problem is, how do we increase our EBIT by 100 to reach the target EBIT number of 195 in 2 years? That's the problems we want to tackle. Okay, so simply the problem can be defined as the differences between targets and current performance. If we set our target EBIT numbers in 2020 not at the level of the 195 but only 95, and in that case there is no difference between as is target number and the target EBIT number, as is EBIT number and target EBIT. 95 minus 95 is 0. So in that case, there is no problem. But once we set our target as high as 195, the problem arises. Why? Because the problem is simply the differences between targets and as-is numbers. So the problem is dependent on the target setting and the current stage. Let me talk a little bit about the characteristics of good problem statement. Okay, good problem statement clearly identifies the key questions or challenges that need to be addressed. Right? Why do we write the problem statement? Because that helps for the teams to understand what the actual problem is. Without proper problem statement, a lot of people may think, okay, this is the problem, that is the problem, but it's very difficult for the team members to make a consensus to what is the problems, on the what is the problem. So good problem statement always identifies the key questions or the challenges very clearly that needs to be addressed. And without controversy, good problem statement specifically describes the problem as much as possible. And good problem statement always focus on the actionable task that decision makers need to make decisions. And good problem statement do not simply list facts or incontrovertible arguments. That is not the problem statement. Simply listing a lot of facts or the incontroversial arguments, that's not a good problem statement. And good problem statement always describe clearly what is in scope and what is out of scope of our problem solving. I bring two real business cases, right, to explain what is the problem. One is engagement level score, and then the other is how to achieve our target earnings number in 2 years. But let me use another example to understand what the problem is. For example, I'm gaining the weight right now because of the coronavirus, COVID. I don't have the opportunities to go outside for exercise, and so that's why I gain my weight. So my weight used to be 60 kilogram. Now, for example, I'm 80 kilogram. So I gain 20 kilogram weight. Now, I don't feel very good just because I gain a lot of weight. So I want to lose some of my weight. Maybe I think gaining 20 kilogram might be okay. So realistically, I want to lose my weight by 5 kilogram, or I may set my target of losing my weight by 20 kilograms. So I want to have I want to have my weight, the same weight before the coronavirus of the 60 kilograms. And then what is the problems? The problem is simply the 20 kilograms. That is the problems. My target weight is 60 kilogram and my current weight is 80 kilogram. So the difference is between 80 to 60, 80 kilogram and 60 kilogram is only 20 kilogram. That is the problem. That is my additional weight I want to lose, right? That is the problem. But in case I want to lose only 5 kilogram, that is the problem. My problem is only 5 kilograms. But if I think, okay, even though I gain my weight by 20 kilograms after the coronavirus, I think 80 kilogram might be okay. And in that case, I don't have any problem because my desired state, the state and the current state is the same. So there's no problem. So in that case, what is the good problem statement of losing 20 kilograms my weight? Okay, and then clearly identify the key questions or the challenges that need to be addressed. That means I gained my weight of 20 kilograms last year, and then that may negatively impact my health condition, and without losing my weight, and I cannot sustain my very healthy life as before. So that's something I want to tackle in problem solving. Okay, so when I specifically describe the problem, my problem is that how do I lose my weight by 20 kilograms in 6 months? That's my simple but very powerful problem statement. And if I just simply list the facts or uncontroversial arguments, and I may list up a lot of things that because of the coronavirus, I don't have the time to exercise, and because of stress, I eat a lot of, I eat 4 times a day instead of 3 times a day, and I eat a lot of high calorie the foods instead of the healthy food, blah blah blah. That is simply listing a lot of facts or the incontroversial arguments. But good problem state means, okay, I want to lose 20 kilograms in 6 months by exercising or by managing my food habits and something like that. And what does it mean describing in scope and out of scope things? Because of the given time and energies and the resources, we have to choose some of the areas we want to focus in our problem solvings or building the business strategies. So before conducting the analysis, we have to define first what is the in-scope analysis we want to do in solving these problems, and what is out of scope. That means what do we not tackling in our problem solving in this case. By clearly describing in scope and out of scope, and we can focus more on the in-scope analysis to solve the problems. So in my case of the losing the weight, I may say in good problem statement that just because I don't have the money, I do not consider the ways of losing my weight throughout the surgery. Okay, surgery means that I go to the hospital to get a quick surgery to eliminate the fats from my body and something like that. By clearly describing that's out of scope of my project problem solving, and I don't have to look at this out of scope things from the first day of the problem solvings. Okay, or simply because I want to include only the exercising as the scope of the problem solving, and I don't want to tackle the foods I eat or something like that. So by clearly describing what's in scope and what's out of scope, problem state can clearly say what to tackle in the problem solvings.